Plastic pollution has become one of the greatest environmental challenges of our time. Every year, we produce over 400 million tons of plastic, and nearly half of it is single-use, used once and discarded. The impact? Our oceans, rivers, forests, and even the air we breathe are being filled with plastic waste. This crisis is no longer just an environmental issue, it's affecting wildlife, human health, and the future of our planet. In this video, we'll dive deep into how plastic pollution is harming our world, why it has become a crisis, and what we can do to stop it. To understand the gravity of plastic pollution, let's take a look at the numbers. Every minute, the equivalent of a truckload of plastic waste enters the ocean. By 2050, it's estimated that there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean by weight. Over 1 million marine animals die each year due to plastic pollution, and yet, production continues to rise. The problem isn't just with large plastic waste like bottles and bags. Microplastics, tiny plastic particles found in everything from clothing fibers to cosmetics, have made their way into our water, soil, and even the air. Plastic was invented over a century ago, but it wasn't until the mid-20th century that mass production took off. The convenience of plastic made it a global success, cheap, lightweight, and durable. However, these same qualities make plastic a disaster for the environment. Unlike organic materials, plastic does not biodegrade. Instead, it breaks down into smaller pieces, polluting land and water for centuries. One of the biggest contributors to plastic waste is single-use plastics, straws, bags, cutlery, and packaging that are used once and then thrown away. In many countries, waste management systems are not equipped to handle this volume of plastic. As a result, it ends up in landfills, waterways, and eventually the ocean. Countries with weaker waste management infrastructures suffer the most, with rivers becoming plastic highways, carrying waste to the seas. Imagine swimming in an ocean where plastic outnumbers fish. For many marine creatures, this is already a reality. Sea turtles mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, ingesting them and suffering fatal blockages. Seabirds unknowingly feed their chicks bits of plastic, leading to starvation. Whales and dolphins become entangled in abandoned plastic fishing nets, struggling to survive. Plastic pollution is no longer just an environmental issue, it's a public health concern. Studies have found microplastics in tap water, bottled water, salt, honey, and even beer. When we consume food and beverages contaminated with plastic, we are also consuming harmful chemicals used in plastic production, such as BPA and phthalates, which have been linked to hormonal disruptions, reproductive issues, and even cancer. Airborne microplastics are also a growing concern. Tiny plastic fibers from synthetic clothing and car tires get released into the atmosphere and inhaled by humans. The long-term effects are still being studied, but early research suggests that inhaling microplastics could contribute to respiratory problems and inflammation. At the same time, individual consumers play a role too. Many of us use plastic products without thinking about where they will end up. The out of sight, out of mind mentality has allowed the problem to grow unchecked. The reality is, tackling plastic pollution requires action from both industries and individuals. The fight against plastic pollution is not impossible, and many people around the world are already making a difference. Here are some key solutions: avoid single-use plastics like straws, cutlery, and plastic bags. Choose companies that use eco-friendly packaging and biodegradable materials. Many plastics are not recycled due to contamination or improper sorting. Educate yourself on what can and cannot be recycled in your area. Many countries have banned plastic bags and straws. Participate in beach cleanups, river restoration projects, and community recycling initiatives. Technological advancements also offer hope. Scientists are developing biodegradable plastics, plastic-eating bacteria, and improved recycling methods to combat this crisis. However, these solutions must be implemented on a large scale to make a real impact. Plastic pollution is a growing crisis we can't afford to ignore. The choices we make today will determine the health of our planet for future generations. Every action counts, whether it's refusing a plastic straw, supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability, or advocating for stronger environmental policies. We are at a turning point. If we continue down this path, plastic waste will suffocate ecosystems, harm wildlife, and threaten human health. But if we take responsibility and demand change, we can create a cleaner, healthier world. The time to act is now. Together, we can fight plastic pollution and protect our planet.